Would you? That one. Hi, welcome to the kitchen. I'm Bryony.
And I'm Tracy. And today we're going to show you how to cook the best fast food for getting home in the afternoon, in the evening. For dinner, we're going to do some beautiful pan-fried. We've actually got blue spot emperor.
Yes, fresh West Australian blue spot emperor.
Yeah, I'm not very good on West Australian fish as far as what is what, because they keep changing the names, but I think they're trying to get that all sorted. So I'm just going to start off by frying some pepitas, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of things with this salad. But hang on 2 ticks. Whoa, says she, reversing up, because it's been a week since I've done this.
I know.
I've forgotten. So if you're watching us live, please ask any questions as we go along. Give us a
Say
wave,
hi.
say hello, put the thumbs up, whatever you would like to do. And we know that you're there, so we can answer any questions as we go through.
Or if you're not watching us live and you're watching this afterwards, still say hi.
Yeah, it's still nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still nice.
So we're going to be cooking fish today with a beautiful seasonal asparagus. They're really big asparagus, aren't they? Jumbo
That's
asparagus. Right. And some cherry tomatoes, some corn. We're going to grill the asparagus, just trying to make a nice sort of salad to go with the fish quite quickly. And we're going to also do pea puree with this. Fish and peas are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
We did this ages ago with little spoons and scallops, little pan-fried scallops, a little bit of pancetta on the top, and pea puree.
It's
absolutely gorgeous.
A bit of an English thing, isn't it? Like fish and chips with mushy peas.
Yeah,
So the fish and pea
so.
thing.
Well,
Mushy
pie,
peas.
yeah, probably northern England
All right.
rather than southern
I
England.
I
it
saw
wasn't
a-
something that I grew up with.
It's a Jamie Oliver thing recently where he did, fish and chips with mushy peas.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to salt my water for the peas, and we're probably going to get those on pretty quickly. I quite like doing the pepitas in a pan like this because I can get my pan hot, and then when I go and fry the fish, it's all really nice and warmed up already. So this fresh West Australian blue spot emperor, thank you, Bri, for that, is we got ours from Catalano Seafood, nice local seafood provider here, and I love the way that they've got it labelled so that we can see that it's all Australian and what it is, and it's just fantastic. I love
More
that.
importantly, West Australian.
West Australian.
Yeah, more importantly.
Yes, more
As
importantly.
we were just having the
fresh West Australian
conversation.
blue spot emperor.
Oh,
Absolutely.
look, this is how fresh it is. There's a live little wormy.
A live person in there.
Oh, sorry, worm. Oh, I should have taken him to the garden. Sorry.
Not enough time at the moment. Yeah, but then that worm would have eaten everything else in the garden. So we've got to be a bit sensible about this, haven't we? Do we want to save one of God's creatures? We'll try a knife.
Yeah.
Or do we want to have food to eat in the garden? All right, so I'm going to pop my peas in.
All right, so I'm going to wash that now.
And I keep saying this, but I really must do this more often at home because pea puree is absolutely gorgeous. It'd be beautiful with some pork fillets. It would be it's just
I was just going
gorgeous.
to say, what else would you put?
Vegetable.
Pork fillet, anything?
Chicken, white meat, chicken, fish, absolutely divine. Right, so what I'm going to do is pop my asparagus on there because this is going to take a little while for these 5 asparagus to be cooked on there. These are ready for the salad for you.
All right, so I'm going to put them in everything in little piles in a big bowl here, and so they'll cool down. I'm cutting the corn off the cob, and I cut one side up like that, and then I put the rest down so it's flat on the board, and then, look, they just don't roll off all over the place.
We do love our fresh corn, don't we?
Yeah, I know. And I was thinking
really
you did
delish.
asparagus last week with the spring vegetable. I was watching from
Pasta.
home. Yeah, so it is spring, so it's
a
use it
perfect.
whilst it's...
Yeah, I believe Albany asparagus are in now, and I know that there's some grown sort of closer to Perth as well, so try and get local asparagus. You can see my pan is smoking hot. I'm not even going to cook the fish yet. I'm going to turn that down just a touch because this
So
fish
it's too hot.
This fish is only going to take a couple of minutes, literally.
Right.
So I got these little fry pan fish fillets because they cook so quickly. Look at them. They're beautiful. Beautiful and
Lovely.
fresh. Oh, just smell of Not very much, actually. The
which is
ocean, a
good.
little
Like
bit.
that's what they say. Yeah, that it smells fresh is the thing to look for.
Can I put that in the bin?
Sure.
Thanks. Just don't want to have that there. Absolutely. And I'm going to season that with a little bit of salt and pepper. Now, Bryony and I have been talking about, do you like having flour on your fish, or do you like it not floured? So we have differing opinions, which is perfectly all right. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to do 1 with flour and 2 without flour, because I don't like the flour bit very much. Only because if you're not at the table straight away, sometimes it can go a little bit soggy, can't it? Right. But that's, perfectly all right. You cook it, take it straight to the table, and that will be absolutely beautiful. Definitely season the fish rather than seasoning the flour, because I've got a plate here with a little bit of flour on that I'm going to pop the fish through. And if you put the seasoning in the flour, I find that you've got half the seasoning left here, whereas if you put the seasoning on the fish itself, you can see that that fish is seasoned really well. I should really season the other side, shouldn't I, if I'm being a very good girl? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm being a very good girl. There is a presentation side and not presentation side. I can't remember how to use the spoon.
And how is everybody supposed to tell that, Tracy?
So the presentation side is the side that, excuse me, I've got to do this over here because I don't want to get a heap of pepper on this fish. That's nice. So can you see this side has got the bloodline running through it, and that side is nice and white. Here are my peas up to the boil.
Right.
I'll turn those off. So not the side where the bloodline is.
So is that this side the skin came off of?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this side is presentation side up because it presents so much nicer. So
Without
usually
the bloodline.
you put your fish in presentation side down. I so remember that from college.
Yes. Well, you excuse me, got a clean pan, and you're going to get
right.
the best sear.
Clean pan. You don't have any bits and pieces in it. So when you serve the fish, you turn the fish once, and if it's a very delicate fish, then you don't have that worry of overcooking the fish either. So, gosh, I tell you what, I love asparagus done like this.
Yeah, me too.
I could just eat the whole.
I love,
asparagus.
with the weather getting nicer, basically cooking my entire dinner on the barbecue, veggies and all.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Anything
Outside
can be
with a
barbecued.
glass of wine. All right, so now what I'm going to cook the actual fish in is clarified butter. So what I've done is I've melted some butter in the microwave, and you can see at the base of that it's actually got white powder at the base there. Oh, not powder, it's liquid, isn't it?
Solid.
So it's the solids that will actually burn in the pan. So what I'm going to do is just use the yellow butter on the top, because this isn't actually going to burn. So I know that when I put my fish in, it's going to be beautiful. Oh, it smells nutty already. Presentation side down first. Number 2 fillet. Number 3 fillet's going to go through the flour and directly into the pan.
Beautiful.
There we go.
So how long do you think they'll take?
Or literally minutes.
What are the signs we're looking for if we've got different types of fish?
As you can see, as that goes in the pan, you can see that it starts cooking around the edge really quickly, and it's very, and it starts to go opaque. So from translucent to opaque, and we're going to turn that over probably in about a minute's time, I would say, if that. So I'm going to drain the peas while that's happening.
So having these
I
little
think we've got a question.
tiny fish is actually a very quick evening meal, isn't it, with a
fast
salad?
Food.
So
I mean, it takes longer to cut up the salad than it does to...
Well, it is. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling under pressure. And what's the question? Do we compost our veg waste? Tracy has a garden at home that she does take some of the compost to. However, like in classes, it's very difficult. We do try to
most
sort
of
of
the
keep
time.
Yeah, but when it's in classes and we're working at a fast pace, it's quite difficult to keep everything separate.
I would definitely do that at home, and it's just in class when you've got 22 people, you're going, don't throw that away.
And what is
Sometimes
it?
a
You
bit
can't
tricky.
have citrus or you get something else. And
But absolutely,
we
definitely,
spend too much time rummaging through our...
definitely compost that.
Wow, look at that.
So here's our floury one. Here's our non-floury one. And basically, what I'm doing is I'll actually touch the fish like this and find out whether it's bouncy and firm, which the little ones definitely are. The big ones I can just see down there in that little crack that it's got a little time to go. But what I will say is these brilliant solid Technic pans, which we are loving in the kitchen, let us tell you, with the Australian stamp here, they're cast iron pans, and so we're not using our non-stick pans anymore. We're using these Australian made from Australian iron pans, and they are non-stick. Absolutely
season them,
brilliant.
so they're...
Yeah, you have to season them, but they're absolutely excellent. We're awaiting our delivery. Actually, I thought that might be the delivery man at the door.
They just
now, but
actually
it's not.
arrived in the door.
Oh, did they? They did.
Ironic.
There we go. Ta-ta.
So
we're now stocking these pans because we love them so much. We
That's
want to
amazing.
pass on to you what is good and what works for us in the kitchen. All right, are you just about done?
Yeah,
'Cause
but I
you're
haven't done the
asparagus.
dressing. I know. Do you...
Okay. I'll pop that on your
Am I
thing,
slicing
and I
that
can,
up? Do you
if
want a plate to put the chicken...
if you-
we can
fish.
use...
Yeah, that's just had the asparagus on. I might actually take that out now because I don't really want that to overcook. That
exactly,
because
that I was going to say that, like with any meat, the residual heat is going to keep cooking it. So take it off because it will keep cooking, especially if you're trying to prepare the salad quickly like that.
No, I'm just being too slow, Bri. That's
I'm
all
too
there is to
slow,
it.
too busy
So
talking.
I'm going to
We can
quickly whiz up my peas. I put some
yes.
butter in the peas, and I'm going to keep them hot on there. A little
you-
bit of salt,
So it's just
a
drained
little bit of pepper in
peas,
there.
salt, pepper, and
Yeah.
butter. Is that all?
Yes, absolutely. And what we can do is, if this isn't quite blitzed enough, then we can certainly add a little bit of water back to these peas. So, oh, can you turn me on? No comment there, was it? So I'm going to assert that this is going to need a little bit of water in it. In Adelaide, they do pies, don't they? With
yes, with the pea float.
pea floater or something.
Yeah.
See, I get that, like a nice meaty pie. I'm just going to put some hot water in there.
Yeah.
Nice meaty pie with a touch of sweet pea on the top. I think it's absolutely delicious. Are you nearly there?
Yeah, I've got to make the dressing now.
I've done everything else, and she's still doing the salad. Not saying anything, not sort of, no judgment.
I will.
I'm gonna be absolutely crucified for that. You can tell that.
Make the dressing. How am I supposed to? What am I doing with the asparagus? Cutting
You're
that
just
into
You're just going to. Sorry, it's
shards?
a bit tricky, isn't it? I'm just. What do you reckon?
Okay, so olive oil, 50
Definitely
mils.
gonna taste this. Look at that
Excuse
colour.
me. So a quick jar dressing. Sorry,
My
do you,
spoon,
you
that's
want
all
to get
right.
in the
Yeah, we
drawer
didn't-
right
yeah.
here.
Yeah. I know.
Convenient. Okay.
I'm so annoying sometimes. Not sometimes. Oh, the cameraman just went.
just agreed with-
like that. Bit more
what
salt.
dressing?
Bit too sweet still.
Hang on, where am I? Sorry, I'm just
lemon
checking.
juice and olive oil.
Yes,
Very
I've got
simple
that, but-
lemony dressing.
It should be like 25 mil or
Lemony
something, isn't
snicket.
it?
Yeah.
So normally half the acidity to the olive oil. So there's
What was that, cameraman? That was just a wave. I'm not really quite sure what that was, but we have to learn to understand exactly what he means by different waves like this. And he doesn't know that flag language at all, so we've got no idea what he's on about. Hello, Sharon.
What is she saying?
What did she say? Sorry.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, Sharon. Nice to have you with us.
Okay.
Off-screen.
Nom, 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 nom.
So I'm going to start serving
You're
this
serving.
up.
I need my greenery.
Because my fish is going to overcook, isn't it? So I'm just going to do this because it just looks fab anyway. So I'd be just eating the pea on its own. So peas on
Okay,
there.
I'm going to show you what I've got here. We'll just cut these on a little bit of an angle. Or do you want them small like the tomato? You don't want them bigger?
No, whatever you want to do, Bri. I'm
Okay.
happy, happy, happy. Happy. Right, I'm going to put a little bit, few leaves in here because we're just going to do one salad, aren't we?
Yes, that's right. I want to show them the beautiful colours in my bowl. So we're actually only just going to dress one portion of salad because we don't want limp leaves. So I'm going to toss this bit together.
Around, yep. It's a bit messy, isn't it? Should we clear it up a bit? Now, the other thing I was going to say about finishing off about cooking fish is that if you have a really big fish fillet, what you might want to do is pan fry it first, and in a pan similar to this, it's just fabulously easy to just chuck it in the oven to finish off. So we think that these pans are fantastic because they'll go straight into the oven as well. Just remember, when you take them out of the oven, I always put an oven glove over the handle because it's going to be very, very hot. But that's quite a chefy thing to do. So therefore, you're not cooking the fish on with it touching that heat, because otherwise you might find that it might dry out, or it might be cooked on the outside but still raw on the inside. So with a little fry pan snapper like this, this sort of fish that we've got here, it just cooks really super quickly. So thank you, Bri. That's lovely.
All right. I'll move my board out the way if you want to come.
Actually, shall I come around here?
Yeah.
Can I come play on your side? So it cooks very, very quickly, and it's just really super quick, fast food. So what you're looking for is you're looking for bouncy fish, aren't you? They're looking for bouncy fish. When it's done, bouncy fish when it's done.
Yeah. Is that like jumping fish? So I got your wedge too.
I've got one bit of asparagus there.
On
the top.
Sorry.
That's all right. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Here we go. Let's put a bit more asparagus in there because we just love that, don't we? And a little bit of lemon to squeeze. And voila! That is such a quick evening meal, isn't it? If you don't like fish, do chicken breasts.
Yeah, that's right. And as you said, like, I want to try this
yeah.
puree. Because it looks, look
and
the
if
colour.
you're going really wild at the weekend, you've got some scallops.
That
yeah,
would be awesome.
With a little bit of bacon or pancetta fried on the top. Absolutely delicious.
Living on the edge then.
So
Splashing out.
It's nice though, isn't it?
It is.
It's really
beautiful.
nice. Simple, but just makes peas a little bit more exciting, doesn't it?
Does make a little
For
bit
midweek.
more.
Yeah.
And they stay on your fork.
They do much easier to eat, hey? Didn't think about that one. Absolutely gorgeous. So remember to rest your fish, and remember that your pan needs to be nice and hot. I've had the fish out of the fridge for a while as well, so it's more towards room temperature rather than coming very, very cold from the fridge. So there's lots of beautiful fish out there, and fish is so good for your brain food. You can tell that Bryony and I have eaten a lot of fish in our lives because we are so brainy. Yes, Tracy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
And so next week, what have we got coming up next week, Bri?
Are we doing the one that you're testing? I know you. I was just thinking that next week. Yeah. So we're going to do a katsu chicken sandwich.
Yeah. So that Japanese sandwich in white bread, pork scallop, white bread, tonkatsu sauce, and cabbage, and like you get out at restaurants, but you can make it at home.
That's right.
And it's simple.
I think we've got a question or
one
statement.
more question.
Question. Robin?
As in flavour or colour or... yes, that's okay. So light olive oil, you can definitely cook the fish in light olive oil. I've just got something about cooking fish in butter because I just think the two things are really lovely together.
Yeah, the fish cooked in the butter is going to add to the flavour. You'll get a slightly different flavour from cooking in olive oil, and not so much of an olive oily flavour from light olive oil. So you can absolutely use
light olive oil will be absolutely fine for that. Just try and get yourself some cobram olive oil because it's Australian and it's really, really fresh. Because if you buy olive oil from the shops, sometimes you don't know when the olives are picked, where they
and if it's from overseas, it's come on a
sometimes they'll blend it. They'll definitely blend it if it's light olive oil.
The one that was with the
no, I put your
with the flour. I was like, what was the difference with the one with the flour?
Well, it just goes a little bit.
Not really. Yeah. All right. So go without the flour. I thought that would make it.
One more question. Hello, Ellie in New Zealand. Yoo-hoo.
I'm sure they've got great fish.
They've got fantastic fish in New Zealand. We'll certainly be experiencing that next March. No, March after. Don't have a heart attack, Ellie. Anything else that I need to tell anyone about fish?
I don't think
Buy it
so.
on the day that you cook it. Make sure it's really nice. Buy from a fish market that just smells gorgeous. Doesn't smell of old fish. Very important. There's no excuse for a smelly fishmongers. Yeah, cook with your nice local olive oil. One more thing about that olive oil thing, which is a very good point, is a lot of people with light olive oil will actually blend olive oil with other oils as well. So it's only light flavoured. It's not light in calories, it's light flavoured. Whereas the Cobram Estate will press from a different type of olive to create that lightness, I believe. I will, because it says it's an extra virgin olive oil. So it can't be blended with anything else. I'll check the bottle, but I believe that to be true. So you're eating the best olive oil if you buy Cobram and local and not blended with who knows what. Awesome. So if you've got any final questions, please pop them in the comments below, and enjoy having a bit of fish in your life now and again.
Right.
It's very, very good. It's a beautiful light meal, no carbs there, but of course you can add carbs if you wish to.
If you want carbs. That's right. Beautiful springy, coming into summer meal. And we'll see you next week for our
katsu
katsu
sandwich.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Konnichiwa.